Now available on Tata Sky channel number 526.
Hello and welcome to the property news on Magic Bricks Now, India's first property channel. I'm Amita Balachandra. Let's take a look at the top headlines at this hour. Day 4 of the investigations in the Raj Gandhari suicide case. Developers remain united, ask for a thorough probe. Our sources in the police say while statements from family members have been recorded, government authorities allegedly involved in the case are yet to be quizzed. Cheer for Punekars as Pune Metro Phase 1 gets CM Fadnavis's nod. Magic Bricks Now gets you details. Big boost for Mumbai commercial space. Mumbai civic body proposes a hike in FSI and reduction in premium on additional FSI to attract ITES investment in the city. Will this make Mumbai's business districts more attractive? Magic Bricks Now gets you details. On Magic Bricks Now, we continue with our focus on the Raj Gandhari suicide case. 4 days after the reputed Navi Mumbai developer and owner of Swaraj Group shot himself in the head, investigating officials have begun piecing the case together. My colleague Aishwarya Palwal, who's been tracking this case from day one, gets us the latest.
Now, sources at Sanpara police station have told us that Raj Gandhari's family members have already been called in for questioning and their official statement has been recorded. Now, his wife and his mother are yet to be called in for questioning. They'll be called in for questioning in the next 2 to 3 days, and that is when their official statement will be recorded. Now, apart from his family members, his partner, Denzel Mascarenhas, was also called in for questioning and his official statement has been recorded. Now, sources also tell us that when they searched Raj Gandhari's house and his office, they were not able to find out any other clue as to why he committed suicide. Currently, they say there are 2 or 3 theories that are doing round which point out to the fact why he committed suicide. One of them being that Raj Gandhari was battling sickness and this was the reason that pushed him to take his own life. Second theory that is doing round is the fact that he had taken debt and he was not able to repay that debt, and that is the reason why he committed suicide. The third theory that is doing rounds, and which is a very crucial one, is the fact that Raj Gandhari was being harassed by senior officials in NMMC and in CIDCO. Police sources have also told us that they are tying up all the loose ends in this case and that the second leg of investigation would involve calling in senior officials from both these government authorities. They would be called in for questioning and their official statements would be recorded. They are saying investigations are going on in full swing.
Moving on, connectivity boost coming in for the city of Pune. Maharashtra Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis has approved the rollout of Pune Metro Phase 1. In fact, he has asked PMRDA to fast-track this project. Maharashtra CM is in Pune and he has had a series of meetings with the Pune Metropolitan Region Development Authority officials and officers of the Pune and Pimpri Chinchwad civic bodies. Ruchi Deshpande gets us more details.
The Maharashtra government has indeed given a much needed boost to the Pune Metro Rail that has been lying dormant for quite some time. In a meeting today in Pune, Chief Minister of Maharashtra Devendra Fadnavis gave the essential go-ahead for the Pune Metro Rail project. He further mentioned that after the Pune Metro Rail gets a sanction from the central government's Public Investment Board, after which the Maharashtra government will go ahead and form a company called Pune Metro Rail Corporation Limited, which will help in fast-tracking the Pune Metro Corporation system. Now, in further development in this case, the phase 1 that is supposed to run from Shivaji Nagar to Hinjewadi, which is on the outskirts of Pune, has further been extended to the court building, which means now the new phase 1 route will run from the court building in Shivaji Nagar to Hinjewadi. In further news, Pune Metro had been sanctioned about 45 crore rupees in the Maharashtra budget of 2016, that is of this year, out of the 180 crore rupees that was sanctioned together for Pune as well as Nagpur Metro Rail project, out of which Nagpur has gotten the bigger share of 135 crore rupees. Now note that the total cost of this project, which has escalated since 2015, now stands at about 11,500 crore rupees.
Meanwhile, in Mumbai, the civic body BMC is going all out to attract ITES investment in the city. The BMC's draft development plan has proposed additional FSI at a lower cost to boost construction of commercial space. This largest from the state will also extend to malls and multiplexes in the city. My colleague Disha Shah gets us more details.
To boost the commercial space and to attract services sector to Mumbai, the civic body BMC has proposed to allow more construction over and above the permissible FSI, which is floor space index in commercial towers, which means that till date developers had the permission to build an extra area up to the extent of 20% by paying a premium. But now in its latest draft of the development plan, BMC has proposed this to further increase by 10%, which in a way will allow builders to build 30% of an extra area. In fact, this is not only restricted to office spaces in the city of Mumbai, but this will also be applicable to the retail sector, which includes malls and multiplexes. Remember, Magic Bricks Now was the first one to report about BMC proposing an FSI hike from 3.5 to 5 in the office commercial space in the city of Mumbai. So if this proposal also gets implemented, the FSI could go up to 6.5, which in a way will lead to more supply of commercial office spaces and retail in the city of Mumbai. An interesting thing to note here is that in the latest draft, BMC has also proposed to reduce the ready reckoner rate from 100% to 80%. So let's not forget that BMC's move is in line with the state government's policy to attract the services sector, a sector which currently prefers Pune, Bengaluru and to some extent Hyderabad because of the affordable commercial space. But the heavy premium on the additional FSI might just put spanner in the works. This is Disha Shah from Magic Bricks Now.
Now, earlier today, we also caught up with Vinod Rohira, MD and CEO, Commercial Real Estate and REIT K. Raheja Corp, and asked him about the feasibility of BMC's proposal to permit to build 10% extra area in commercial buildings. Take a look.
10% number increase from fungible of 20 to 30 is not a major difference, because at the end of the day, you're going to pay the relevant premiums. So this will all depend upon the larger policy initiative of bringing in more commercial real estate at a different FSI premium. And it really is driven by market dynamic of demand and supply, which will really determine how much real supply will come to the market. So it's a good thing to have an incremental FSI available to you for creating more infrastructure from a commercial standpoint, which largely for the city is beneficial in the long run. Pune, Bangalore, etc. are more focused towards the IT driven demand for commercial real estate. There's a very, very small component of business and CBD driven commercial real estate being built in those cities. So Bombay's commercial real estate supply cannot be compared with that demand. This is a very different demand to that. We've already built over 20 million square feet in all of these markets of Bombay, Pune, Hyderabad, Chennai, Bangalore, Ahmedabad. So we're already there in these markets and we'll continue to build aggressively in these markets. So we will be building in Pune, we will be building in Hyderabad, we will be building in Chennai as well.
Moving on, also in the property news, sales have risen 10% in the MMR region last quarter, spurred by higher demand for affordable homes, according to a report by consultancy Liasis for Us. Now, the report says homes below 30 lakh rupee and homes costing 25 to 50 lakh rupee led the revival in demand. On the flip side, luxury home sales dropped a whopping 23% in the last quarter. Thane, Ambernath East and Badlapur East witnessed maximum sales. Sales in Navi Mumbai also rose 26% and most of the demand was seen in Ulve, Taloja and Karanzade. Now, the report also finds that Thane spurred an 18% rise in new home launches. Maximum launches were seen in the 50 lakh to 1 crore segment. However, inventory levels are extremely high. On an average, it will take 4 to 5 years to sell off the current stock, says the report. Interestingly, the budget segment has the lowest inventory levels at 40 months. And in what should bring cheer to home buyers, the report finds that prices in the city have remained stagnant. Of course, to give us more perspective, we were also joined in by Pankaj Kapoor, MD of Liasis for Us, and we asked him, of course, if the Mumbai market may see a revival. Listen in.
In the last 2 quarters, I am seeing that since the prices are not going up and since the interest rate started coming down, I see the improvement in the affordability of in the hands of the consumer. So if you look at the gap which is there in terms of prices and affordability is slowly reducing, and that's what is converting into sales. And that is also reflecting. So if you look at across the segment, wherever there is an affordable segment and a mid segment, there is a pickup in the demand, whether it is Thane or peripheral areas of Vasai, Virar, Kalyan, Dombivli or Panvel and Navi Mumbai sections. I see there's a revival happening in that segment. The way the government came up with incentive they have provided, especially under the ATIB, my own sense is the new product setting will be more within that particular segment. So you would see unit sizes less than 30 square meter and 60 square meter will be the future new supply coming by. And there's a good demand and traction in this segment. So if you look at builders themselves are motivated to take incentives available under the scheme, and as well as there's a demand available in this segment. And so there is no exuberance. Builders are changing their products. They are trying to meet the needs of the consumer. There are subvention schemes, other kind of schemes, financial flexibilities builders are willing to offer to bridge the gap which is existing between consumers' affordability and existing prices. Only thing is that government also has to rationalize the taxes, because it's not a question that the developers are not reducing the prices. They have stopped increasing. That itself is a reduction. For 2 years, there's no increase in the prices. But contrary to that, in last 2 years or even before, I'm seeing that the ready reckoner or other government-related cost has been towards the upper side, and it has still been rising. So there's very little scope for a developer to reduce the price. I do not see there's going to be any increase in the prices for next 2 years. So they can take a call. And my own sense is builders can't afford to increase the prices in this market also, even though the prices are increasing. So if you look at last 2 years, prices have cost has increased, but builder has not been able to increase the prices. My own sense is even the because the month's inventory is still holding at 40 months, even the affordable and the luxury other segment is still much, much higher. So I don't see there's a scope for price rise from here.
Now, with the government pushing affordable housing, the first quarter of 2016 has definitely seen some good numbers in this category. As per the latest report by Cushman & Wakefield, affordable home launches have risen sixfold to 35% and new launches are up by 25%. My colleague Suesha Sawant gets us more details.
That's right, the first quarter of 2016 has seen an addition of almost 11,000 units in the affordable housing segment. In fact, the report very clearly states that developers foresee greater demand in this highly price-sensitive segment. New launches across top 8 cities have seen an increase of about 31,000 units. If we talk about the cities individually, Bengaluru has seen the maximum number of new launches. It has seen a rise of 58% in the new affordable homes launched, and it has seen an addition of almost 6,300 units. Talking about Mumbai, it has seen a drastic drop in launch prices, which comes as a breath of fresh air in an expensive city like Mumbai. It has seen a 35% drop in launch prices, and which has dropped down to 4,300 rupees per square foot. Although it has seen only a 5% increase in launches in the affordable segment. Pune has seen a 25% fall in affordable launch prices, and it has seen a 37% increase in launches. Talking about the Delhi NCR market, it has seen a 10% fall in affordable launch prices. But the interesting thing is that otherwise the city was seeing a slower move in new launches, but now it has risen by about 62% in that market. And finally, talking about Kolkata, it has seen an 11% fall in affordable launch prices.
But of course, what does this mean for you as home buyers? To answer that question, we got up with Ravi Ahuja of Cushman & Wakefield. Take a look at what he had to say.
The affordable segment has been neglected so far over the last few years. Having said that, I think the Prime Minister's objective of providing housing for all and the kind of push both on the regulatory and the government side on one end and on the developer side on the other seem to be making now headways, and there are headwinds for affordable housing projects to take shape. On the government side, we've seen some good intent, be it by way of tax incentives. We saw in the budget recently, a few months ago, that announced 30 square meter and 60 square meter sizes of apartments falling in the affordable range as defined by the finance minister, and they do attract tax incentives. The industry, of course, feels that these are small and these need to be upgraded to 60 meters and 90 square meters respectively for metro and for tier 1 and 2 cities respectively. But of course, we have to wait and see when that takes place. So connectivity has always been a primary factor, and let's say a city like Mumbai has always seen the periphery markets being well connected, be it in the western or the central deep suburbs and peripheral markets. It's not now. It's been over a decade that the rail lines in the central location have moved to, let's say, Panvel, or have gone beyond Virar as a location on the western corridor. In the other cities, clearly we're seeing the advent of the metro take shape. And as the metro becomes more and more mature, more and more deeper in terms of penetration, we will see more of affordable segments coming around 3 to 5 kilometer radiuses from these metro stations, which is a good news. So clearly Bengaluru has bucked the trend when it comes to job creation and employment creation, thanks to it being the largest in terms of size for net absorption of office space, close to 11 to 13 million square feet year on year. That has been one of the major advantages for Bengaluru, in spite of the state government not really having performed the kind of role for creating the social and necessary civic infrastructure.
Shifting focus to interiors now on the show, Aditi Singh takes us on a tour of actor Rajeev Khandelwal's home with interior designer Richa Bal. Take a look.
No,
Go ahead.
I don't think that Richa ever saw me as an actor, or thought about me as an actor. And I think, she herself, the taste that she has, it takes care of me as an actor.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah, and because I know them so well, and like I said, even I don't want to create a house because of your profession. It's about the character.
Yeah.
I know the fact that he gets excited when Little Mirchi comes out, or the fact that he really got to do a good steam, or Manjari got to enjoy her kitchen by cooking something, in a good way where she could have access to a lot of stuff and she's not restricted in her space, and could get ready for a party in a very convenient way, comfortable way. And that's how you need to look at it.
On that note, thank you so much, Rajeev, for taking some time out from your busy schedule and talking to us. And now, if you may allow us, we would actually like to explore every part of the house.
Please, all yours.
I think this is the highlight of the bedroom. Usually I've seen in a 4-poster bed, the poles or the posters are usually of equal height. But here they differ. They're actually, one is a little low heighted.
We wanted to do a nice, spacey, big bedroom, but at the same time didn't want to do very conventional stuff. And so we kind of thought that let's do something which is not going to block the view and also be, something which kind of obstructs and becomes like a long thing in between.
Yeah.
So we said we'll keep this long and keep this low. So you kind of get a old 4-poster bed feel. At the same time, it's not something which is kind of going to come in your view. And plus, make it slightly more another version and chilled out version of a 4-poster, and then not make it a very conventional looking 4-poster.
Yeah, that there are no curtains here. Instead, you have these windows. Now, I think it's beautifully put to use and very wisely done.
So the thing was, we didn't want to do another fabric, and then fabric also adds another color and another element into the rooms.
Okay.
So wanted to do something which is far more easier, yet something which is fun also and different.
Yeah.
So we thought of doing this because then it's easy. When you shut it becomes dark.
Yeah.
And when you want to leave it open, and because it has a double window, inside, you can always you can always leave it open like this also. So
Alright.
it kind of works beautifully
Yeah.
with this also if you want like a full view.
True.
So it works in many ways and it's easy to use, it's easy to maintain, and then it's not fabric, it's not a typical curtain, and adds a lot of character to the room.
It does. And another chair, I think it serves more as a lounge chair. Rather, you've created, but you've given it a very different touch with the design is very Indian, very traditional.
So this chair is from Good Earth. It's one of their most selling chairs.
Okay.
I think lots of people have bought this chair. And the thing is, it's a very comfortable chair.
Now, with that, Richa, I think you're going to take me to Rajeev's entertainment room / his workstation.
Yes.
So let's go ahead and have a look.
Yes, come on, let's go.
Richa, I must say it's a very cozy entertainment / workspace. Also, it's very appropriately done, I believe, because an entertainment area needs to be colorful and vibrant, which it is. And Rajeev also uses this space to work from. And, functionality is definitely not compromised on.
Instead of doing like a regular wooden floor, we did the floor and we actually painted motifs on it.
Yeah.
Because the look of the house is slightly more Indianish, so we wanted to kind of stick to that. So we did this motifs, we did this bookcase, where lots of books, DVDs, things you collect from here and there. Rajeev gets a lot of gifts from his fans.
Talking about the center table, I think nothing could get more out of the box than this.
For an area like this, like a studio or a den, you don't want to do like very conventional stuff. So it kind of fit the bill and we all loved it, and that's the reason why we picked it up.
Okay.
Well, that brings us to the end of this show. If you have any feedback or suggestions for us, write to us on the email IDs flashing on your screens. We're also on Twitter and Facebook. Feel free to tweet to us or post your query on our Facebook page. Also, check out our website, mbnow.in. You can also access all our shows on our YouTube channel. Make sure you do get in touch and we would love to hear from you. With that, it's a wrap on this edition of the Property News on Magic Bricks Now. Thank you for watching.
You can watch live TV on our website mbnow.in. Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/magicbricksnow. And don't forget to click the like button. You can also follow us on Twitter at Magic Bricks Now. To stay updated with all our programming, hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel by logging on to youtube.com/magicbricksnow.